I'm getting your messages and I hear the asking for more information on long-term housing for people with disabilities. So will I be covering it? Oh, we are so going there. But I take my influencer role very seriously and I never want to lead you down the wrong path. So I've been really deep in learning about services and connecting with the experts so I can help share with you concise and practical information. So we're gonna call this journey Home Hunting for Joey, and I plan on taking you with me through many of the steps that I'm taking already, including the disillusionment, but also the glimmers of hope. Now keep in mind, I'm in the United States and clearly every country is different, but it gets even more challenging to navigate this because each state has their own rules, calls things differently, and each county expands on those rules even more. So we are definitely not talking apples to apples here, but there are many similarities. So the first and very important piece of information in understanding all of this is the different types of options there are in housing. There are basically 4 different types of housing choices, and they may be called different names based on the state, but I will use the names used in the state of Washington. So number 1, adult family home. Now, other states call it foster care or a group home. Now, this model, it was originally used for seniors, but it also covers individuals with disabilities. It's the only housing entitlement as long as you're on Medicaid, which means you have a right to it. But basically, up to 6 people live in a home owned and operated by a caregiver, but licensed through the state. Now, number 2 is supported living, which is what's called in Washington for a home where the state contracts with an agency to provide the support for up to 4 individuals in a home. There's not really control over the roommates. Sometimes there's enough funding from state and federal money to cover the cost of the housing, but it's based on qualification and acceptance into a variety of benefits. It's also not an entitlement, meaning you may need to wait a long time because individuals are added as funding allows. Number 3 is shared living, also a term that might be different from state to state, but it gives you loads of flexibility and what I personally am aiming to do with Joey. It's family-driven model, which means it uses the benefits that he's eligible for, and I'll be able to choose the location and caregivers used. And for me, I will be able to control the menu, which is really important to me for diet reasons. Some costs and services will be needed to be incurred by my family, but it's flexible. And then the last is private pay. Now, no question, it can provide incredible care, but not many have the ability to afford this. And these facilities often have long wait lists and can be very costly because many won't accept federal or state money because it's all private pay. So stick with me because for many of you with even very young children, I feel there will be a sense of comfort once you know there will be options and take just a few steps to get ready for them now.